Roman Reigns has further hinted that he and Paul Heyman might be done. Heyman is set to be in the corner of CM Punk for this year's WrestleMania 41, as the former WWE champion prepares to face Reigns and Seth Rollins. Punk, Reigns, and Rollins will cross paths in a triple threat match this Saturday. They have been going back and forth for months, especially after the Second City Saint eliminated both stars from the men's Royal Rumble match. On Instagram, the OTC uploaded a video of him ignoring calls and messages from the Wiseman. This has further hinted that Reigns and Heyman won't be getting back on the same page, and the Hall of Famer will indeed be in Punk's corner at the grandest stage of them all, unless a massive swerve takes place on the day of WrestleMania 41. Watch the video uploaded by Reigns on Instagram. John Cena's last PPV's name revealed by Kurt Angle? More details here. Paul Heyman owed CM Punk a favor after the latter helped the Og bloodline at Survivor Series War Games last November. After months of speculations, on April 4, 2025 edition of SmackDown, Punk finally revealed what the favor was, and it was for Heyman to be in his corner instead of Reigns at WrestleMania. The OTC asked Heyman to say no to his former client. However, the Wiseman refused, leading Reigns to push his special counsel, and Punk hitting a GTS on the tribal chief. Jonathan Coachman believes neither Roman Reigns, CM Punk, nor Seth Rollins will emerge victorious at WrestleMania 41. Jonathan Coachman believes the main event of Night 1 of WrestleMania 41 could end without a proper winner. Speaking on the Behind the Turnbuckle, The Last Word podcast, Coachman suggested a scenario where Brock Lesnar could return and take Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, and CM Punk out of the picture. This could lead to a Lesnar-Heyman reunion. On the go-home edition of Raw before WrestleMania 41, Roman Reigns shoved Heyman during the final segment of the show. Moments later, a huge brawl between Reigns, Punk, and Rollins broke out with the Visionaries standing tall. Sumik Datta is a professional wrestling journalist who has been following the business for more than a decade. In 2017, Sumik joined the Sportskeeda wrestling team and is best known for his work with the WWE team. He has previously contributed to the Sportskeeda AEW and the football team where he specifically covered the Major League Soccer. In 2024, Sumik crossed 50 million reads for Sportskeeda WWE. While working under Sportskeeda MMA, he interviewed prominent UFC fighters, including Justin Gaethje, Sean O'Malley, and Corey Sandhagen, among others. He is also being followed by John Cena on X, formerly Twitter. Apart from his love for professional wrestling, Sumik also watches football and has been a lifelong follower of Liverpool FC and Mohun Bagan. He has also been following the Indian Super League and remains the only content creator to have traveled across India to watch 7 ISL matches in 7 days, a video which currently sits at 26k views on his YouTube channel. His channel currently amasses over 120k views. As aforementioned, Sumik also likes to make content for his YouTube channel and travel to various places either with family, friends, or solo, or go on road trips. In what could mark the beginning of a major shift in the Bloodline saga, Roman Reigns has once again hinted that his long-standing relationship with Paul Heyman might be coming to an end. After years of domination at the top of WWE with Heyman by his side, subtle and now increasingly obvious signs are pointing to an inevitable fallout between the tribal chief and his wise man. During a recent episode of WWE SmackDown, a backstage segment caught the attention of fans worldwide. Reigns, who was seen preparing for his confrontation with Solo Sikoa, visibly distanced himself from Heyman, both physically and emotionally. What was once a natural dynamic of trust and unity now appeared strained, awkward, and unfamiliar. The footage that sparked it all. In the clip, Reigns can be seen coldly ignoring Heyman's advice, brushing past him without so much as a glance. As Heyman tried to offer counsel, a visibly frustrated Reigns cut him off mid-sentence. The visual storytelling here was deliberate. Heyman, looking more concerned and desperate than ever, reached out toward Reigns, but the head of the table moved forward without acknowledgement. The tension was unmistakable. WWE cameras lingered just long enough on Heyman's dejected expression to let fans know this wasn't just a one-off moment. This was the planting of seeds for a major fallout. For those who have followed Reigns' historic title reign, Heyman has been an inseparable part of his presentation, helping elevate Roman's aura from mere champion to unstoppable tribal monarch. Their relationship has weathered betrayals, internal wars within the bloodline, and challenges from the likes of Brock Lesnar, Cody Rhodes, and even Roman's own family members. Yet now, for the first time, cracks are visibly forming. The slow burn of the breakup. This isn't the first hint at growing dissension. Over the past several months, Reigns has become increasingly paranoid and aggressive, especially after Solo Sikoa's rise within the bloodline. With Jimmy and JUSO no longer part of the faction, the dynamic between Reigns, Solo, and Heyman has shifted dramatically. Heyman has often been caught in the middle, visibly uneasy whenever tensions rise between Roman and Solo. And more recently, fans have noticed that Solo Sikoa often seeks guidance directly from Heyman, a sharp contrast to the earlier dynamic where Heyman only served Roman's interests. These subtle storytelling choices suggest that Heyman's loyalty may no longer be as ironclad as before. Or perhaps more likely, Reigns believes it isn't, fueling his distrust and isolating him even further. Fan reaction: the end of an era. Social media exploded after the segment aired. Clips of Reigns coldly brushing off Heyman racked up millions of views within hours on platforms like Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. Fans weighed in with their theories. Roman without Heyman? That's like peanut butter without jelly. The bloodline story has peaked. It's heartbreaking but brilliant storytelling. We've been waiting for Roman to truly be alone at the top, no USOs, no Heyman. Just pure tribal madness. Paul Heyman looks like he's on the verge of tears every time he's on screen now. Masterful performance. Wrestling journalists and analysts also chimed in. Dave Meltzer mentioned on Wrestling Observer Radio that WWE has carefully mapped out Roman's descent into an even darker version of himself. The loss of Heyman, Meltzer said, could be the key final step before Roman's empire collapses. What happens next? The biggest question now is, what's next for Roman Reigns and Paul Heyman? If Reigns formally cuts ties with Heyman, it could lead to several massive possibilities. 1. Heyman sides with Solo Sikoa. With Solo's rising power and increasingly independent actions, Heyman could seamlessly transition his allegiance to Solo, helping him carve his own path, possibly even turning Solo against Roman in a bloodline civil war. 2. Heyman brings in a new threat. Remember, Paul Heyman isn't just a follower, he's a mastermind. If Roman discards him, it wouldn't be shocking to see Heyman introduce a new client to challenge Roman. Names like Jacob Fatu or even a shocking return for Brock Lesnar could fit the bill. 3. Roman's complete isolation. Another compelling option is seeing Roman isolated, no family, no manager, no allies. A pure, ruthless tyrant with no support system. This could set the stage for his ultimate downfall at the hands of someone like Cody Rhodes, Seth Rollins, or even Solo Sikoa himself. 4. A shocking babyface turn for Heyman. If Heyman becomes the sympathetic figure, betrayed after years of loyal service, he could, for the first time in decades, play a full-fledged babyface character, aiding whoever challenges Roman next. A long time coming. In many ways, this moment was inevitable. Reigns' character evolution has been a masterpiece of long-term storytelling, but his dependence on others was always a subtle flaw. The beauty of the Bloodline saga has been in its layers: loyalty, betrayal, pride, and power. Now, with Heyman seemingly on the chopping block, we are entering the final, brutal stages of Roman's reign. For Heyman, this could mark the end of one of the most iconic alliances in wrestling history. His association with Roman Reigns has revitalized both men's careers, drawing comparisons to Heyman's past pairings with Brock Lesnar and CM Punk. Yet, even the greatest stories must have an ending. If this really is the beginning of the end for Roman Reigns and Paul Heyman, WWE fans are witnessing history unfold in real time, with all the heartbreak, drama, and spectacle we could ever hope for. One thing is certain, the Bloodline story is far from over. In fact, the next chapter may be the most explosive yet.